Hello, folks. This is Alexander A. Manzoni with Manzoni in the morning. Today we are playing Bendy and the Dark Revival for PC Windows via Steam. Move that out of the way a little bit. Don't knock it over. And then I'm gonna get me some coffee. It's in the microwave. It's already done. I just gotta get it. All right, I'll be right back.
Manzoni in the morning show. Manzoni in the morning show. Manzoni in the morning show. You don't know where you're gonna go. Manzoni in the morning show. Manzoni in the morning show.
Late start today.
Where you're gonna go.
I had some issues with the
In the morning show.
OBS and Twitch. So I got that all figured out. And now I'm going to share a link on my Twitterino. And then I am going to get this show on the road. Here I am. This is Alexander A. Manzoni, and I am here writing Manzoni. Manzoni _ streams. All that shit. Oh, I hope everyone's doing well this morning. Okay, we're going to do this. There goes the barking dogs. Right on time. Just gotta deal with it. Good. I'm live now. Come and join me. Today I'm playing Bendy and the Dark Revival on PC Windows. Very nice. PC Gaming, hashtag small streamers. Hashtag small streamer community. Hashtag small streamer connect. Twitch stream. Okay, road to finish. See you soon. Time for some spooky jump scares. Bam. There we go. Now we can play this game. This game that I've been looking at on the Steam for a while, and I didn't get it until yesterday. And I noticed that it had a review score of like 97%, and it said it was overwhelmingly positive. We'll see about that, huh? Now, I think it's cool. I mean, from the pictures I looked at, it looked like it had some good graphics. Yes. Okay, here we are. This is me, and I'm here. This is not a bot. This is not a bot. Okay. Here comes the game. Ooh, it's already spooky looking. Already getting a little spooky. Would it get spookier? This is what I do. I'll start playing it, and then I'll turn the sound on the my phone or whatever, and then I'll see if there's any issues. That's what professionals do, don't we? Okay. Well, the my girlfriend's parents assured me that they got some shock collars for the dogs, and it doesn't sound like they put them on yet, or they didn't work. I mean, I think that the way my luck has been, I feel like you know, nothing's ever gonna work. I'm always going to be tortured by something. Either it's my mother, or it's some crazy dogs barking all day, or it's the motherfuckers outside doing the goddamn roofing, just roofing it up all day and night. Roof, 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 roof. Cunts, fucking boo boo. Am I allowed to say that? I guess I'm not. This is an 18 plus channel. Oh dear. Oh dear. Am I in trouble? Am I in trouble with the Twitch people? I hope not. All right, let's get this thing going. Bendy, come and bend me over. I'm going to monitor this stuff. Options got to get those controls inverted because I'm a friggin' maniac. No, I never visited the studio, but I I do like playing games on normal difficulty. I made the mistake of trying to play God of War on hard, and that was bad. That was bad news. All right, let's do this.
But when you step back, when you really look at where you've been and the things you've done, your past will come
Oh my.
to devour you. There you go, little guy. And only
Ooh.
100 more frames to go. No way I'm getting through tonight without some coffee. Probably some downstairs.
Chicken cafe. Press E to stand. I'm playing on a controller, bitch.
Time for a little adventure.
I pressed X. Locate the elevator. Let's see. What do we got here? All right. I wanted to say a little bit about the game from Steam. Bendy and the Dark Revival is a first person survival horror game and the much anticipated sequel to Bendy and the Ink Machine. All rights reserved. Play as Audrey as she explores the depths of a curiously creepy animation studio that's gone completely mad. Combat ink tainted enemies, solve puzzles, and evade the ever lurking ink demon while seeking your way back to the real world. You never know what's going to be around the corner in this dilapidated realm of shadows and ink. Cool. That sounds cool. I like spooky, scary games because this is what my life is in my brain. Hold a beer. You can tell it's a horror game when you're walking really, really slow. Hello. Well, Mighty Bot 44. How you doing today? I already said it in the text, but just in case someone is blind watching this, I want to make it accessible for everybody, even people who can't see, which wouldn't make much sense. I mean, why would you want to play a game when you can't see the actual game? But I bet they could figure out a way.
Really? They locked me in.
Ooh,
Good thing I brought my own key today.
okay. Where's the friggin' key? I wanted to try out this game because I kept seeing it and saw that it had really good reviews.
I'll
So
put this here.
yeah. And another thing is that one thing that really got me crazy about streamers was when it first started getting big and seeing it on like YouTube and stuff.
Okay,
I
this
would
is
see like fucking PewDiePie, like when he was reacting to um Five Nights at Freddy's, and yeah, those reactions were so freaking fake. I would just like throw up my hands like, "You fucking asshole! What a fuck!" You know, it's like a bad actor in a B movie, except worse. Oh my god, that's the scariest thing I've ever seen. Yeah. I figured I'd give it a shot because I like spooky games. I got a whole collection of spooky ones. A lot of them I haven't played.
most welcoming hallway I've ever seen.
I wish I could play all the games I got, but I've got so many health issues. I told you yesterday. And I
Hello?
just don't have the damn time.
Someone
And
there?
every game has a friggin' intro that's like 2 hours long at least, or longer than that sometimes. I love it when a game just lets you drop right in. Uh, oh, there's a difference between playing a game and having like this just feeling of terror in the pit of your gut, which that's I which I first remember feeling playing the original Resident Evil, and going into that mansion and being locked inside and being like, oh my god, and then laughing a little bit when the voice acting was so bad, but then the rest of the game was like, whoa. And then Resident Evil 2 was even crazier. And Silent Hill, oh man. Hello, Mary Phillips underscore Anna07. Good morning.
Listen.
How are you today? I hope you're not like
Hey,
that guy right there. Oh, yeah, Last of Us.
frighten you. You're working late tonight. A pretty girl like you
Uh,
shouldn't be wandering around all by yourself.
Hi.
If
Oh, yeah, Little Nightmares. I got that. I never finished the first one, but I got them both. And they're games that I played and then got interrupted by like a new release.
you look like you
Like
could
I really want to play
use
Last of Us and finish it so I can get ahead of the show. You know what I mean? I did it for a while. I was after they had the what is it with Bill and the other guy and the two gay dudes.
it's
And I
not
was like, "Oh, let's
perfect,
see
but
what's going on with this." And then I went in and I was like, "Whoa, this is really different from the show." Bill is kind of a fucking asshole. Whereas in the show, in that one episode, they're like introduced
what
this
is it?
guy, and I'm like, oh man, he may give you all the feels. And I'm like, oh, I hope this guy's Nick Offerman's gonna stick around and like he's a regular in this show now. Nope, only one fucking episode. Sorry, spoiler alert. I'm a spoiler man. Sorry, I just well, I'm bipolar, and I just say what's on my mind. Oh, Little Nightmares is just really cool. I love those types of games. They're kind of like remind me of Out of This World or Another World if you're in Europe, or Flashback. Those old types of games where you're like side-scrolling adventure, you're running, and then you're getting killed by stuff, but you're solving puzzles. I liked it way better actually than Out of This World and Flashback. Um, yeah, and then I have like this rule now that I don't want to play games until I play the first version, the first one. So like I got Little Nightmares 2 and I never touched that. Same with most of the show, except like there's scenes where they pull all the dialogue directly from the game. And there's quite a few scenes like that. Like with the porno mag, the gay porn mag. And there's a few of them like that where they were like looking out on the. She was looking out on the land and was like, "Oh, it's so beautiful," and what have you. Greetings, galactic underscore storm. How are you this morning? I'm playing a game that I've never played before, but it's pretty spooky. I might need to turn up my gamma. Oh, okay. Really, Last of Us is really good compared to all the other video game media, more or less, that's come out over the years. There's a few that weren't too bad, but that's a pretty. It went from okay to pretty good. I'm not too crazy about how they're like seeming like they're just trying to shoehorn demographics into the show. They're like, oh, this episode needs this demographic. We need to uh that's another game I never played that was like on a list. I have them. I have all the Uncharted games, I think. I just never got to them. And I never got to the Uncharted movie. It'll happen eventually, I'm sure. It just every time I go to play one game, I get stuck in another one. Um, yeah. What was I playing? Fucking. Oh, well, the last game I was playing was Hogwarts, and then my girlfriend kind of steamrolled over me with that. And then before that, what the fuck? I don't know. There's so many fucking games. Oh, I was playing Gears of War 5, and then I beat that last Thursday. That was pretty cool. That was my first Gears game. I always thought they were going to be like really, really like meatheady and stupid, and they kind of are, but not as meatheady as I thought. And it was fun, a lot of fun. Really good graphics. Uh, yeah, it's just my only issue with that game was that it was way too much space on the hard drive. And I think the only reason I'm playing it is because I got the Microsoft Game Pass 3 months free for my with my computer, and I decided to try to play as many of the Game Pass games as I could. And with the Microsoft Game Pass, they make you can only save on a certain kinds of hard drives. So like apparently my hard drives weren't formatted properly or they're too old or something. I don't know. And so I was like, I'm gonna just complete as many of these Game Pass games as I can, or do what I can in them, and then move on. Because I have tons of just indie games and crazy shit. This is me pulling out some crazy shit. I feel like this is crazy shit anyway. It's not on Game Pass. Yeah, atomic farts. Where I'm like, okay, I got to play this game before they take it off, because it was pretty cool. That area I was at was ridiculous. Oh yeah, it turns out that it was a stealth area. See, the problem with games that are made in weird European countries is that there's not a lot of indication as to what you're supposed to do, like at all. And sometimes it's lost in translation. And I think that's what happened with that. I have a feeling this might be one of those games that's not gonna tell me what the fuck to do. Another game. Oh, I was playing Scorn. Yeah, I was having so much damn trouble. I would get to the objective and then I couldn't. You open the door, so I thought, okay, I got to kill all the enemies, I guess. And no, they just kept killing them and killing them and killing them. Boy, this is already reminding me of Scorn. That's another game that I paid way too much money for. I paid like $30 for it on sale, and I thought it was going to be amazing just from like looking at it. And then it turns out that it was like so slow and like just you're walking like this and you got to complete all these puzzles that they don't tell you how to do them. And then like there's it's just tons of backtracking and like it's cool for the environment, but that's about it. Maybe there's better stuff in there. I don't know. Oh boy. Okay, there's a gear, but it really was pissing me off. And I think I spent 3 hours running around in circles after this dumb puzzle where you like, I don't know, chop a guy up or something. There's a gear. Where'd be a gear? Oh, here we go. Yeah. I don't know what this stuff's looking like. It's looking like a very, very, very bullshit way to pad out the game time. So I'm becoming very aware of that the more I play games. Like the end of Hogwarts, I'd say like the end 50% of that game was just bullshit fetch quests. And then it kind of like fizzled out. Like they were showing you all this cool new stuff and awesome things. You get all these awesome spells, and you're flying your broom, and it's the wonderful world. And then you find a few enemies, and then you don't see any more. There's only like a couple enemy types. There's only a couple different stories, and most of the stories are just fetch quests, bullshit fetch quests, and that upsets me because I don't have time to do this shit. Like I have to fit my gaming in between all this other crap. Like I take care of the house here while my girlfriend goes to work. I get up at like 6 in the morning, get all the coffee ready, cook the breakfast, help my girlfriend get dressed, scrape off her windshield, pack her medicine, um, and like so when I'm done, I'm like kind of tired. I smoke a cigarette. And then I have to either choose: do I relax or do I stream? Because I only have like a maybe a couple hour window before it starts getting really crazy in this house. Oh, is he gonna? Oh, I thought he was gonna touch me in a way that would be bad, like the bad touch, the Bloodhound Gang. Streaming pisses me off. I want to sing stuff, but I can't sing it because I'll get in trouble. That's right. The bad touch. Hey, kids, I'm high on crack. Oh, Pac-Man. What the hell was that? I just want to have a good time so I can get a couple hours in. Got to get it in before my girlfriend calls me at 10 o'clock. Every day she calls me around 10, 11. And I talk to her for a half an hour. Somewhere I got to eat. I get out the phone, smoke some weed. And then it's either I can play games for a couple hours or I can go rest. And I've got sleep paralysis, so I only stay asleep for a couple hours and then I wake right back up. Oh, this reminds me of that movie Cool World. Has anyone remember that movie Cool World? I hope not. Like I thought, oh, a movie about a detective that goes into a world where it's a cartoon world and it's a hey, wait a second, it's definitely not Roger Rabbit. I remember playing the Super NES game Cool World. Every great story begins in mystery, although things may be dark at the start. The truth will illuminate your way. Don't be afraid of who you are. Fear only what you may become and vanish it away. Your best pal. Joey Drew Studios personal memo. Ooh. Oh, yeah. It's all about Roger Rabbit. They all wanted that Roger Rabbit money. You think they would have like made another movie like that, but I think they were just like, this movie was too much work. There's a lot of movies that are like that where they were like masterpieces, more or less, and they just never did it like that again because it was too much money. Even though they made tons of money, it took too much time. They need a movie that you can really churn out. Oh, yeah. Roger Rabbit was amazing. Cool World was horrible. Roger Rabbit, the game for NES, was fucking awful. But, if you have ever watched The Angry Video Game Nerd, you would know that. And assume that people would have watched that guy by now because he's been around for a million years. Oh God, I'm gonna find the rungs to a ladder. Really, like I can't reach up a couple goddamn feet. Really? Okay. This aesthetic is actually reminding me a lot of BioShock. The game, another game that I wanted to play and then I didn't get to because there was like it was a long period of time where I didn't play any games because my brother fucking took all the goddamn game systems when he went to goddamn college. So mad. Okay, geez, you'd think I was drowning kittens the way these people are looking at me. I've never seen such disappointment in a person's eyes. But this is the way of things. If management can't pay their bills, then the bank takes the goodies back. Still, it does not break me a bit, knowing how much I love them old cartoons this place used to make. Oh well, times change, life moves on. Oh God, how many consoles? Let me list them off. Okay, started with Mattel and television, and then we went to Super Nintendo or Nintendo, and then Super Nintendo and Genesis, Game Boy, Game Gear, the original Game Boy, of course. Game Gear, the Atari Lynx, that thing broke after like one day, or no, like a couple weeks. We ordered it off of QVC. Let's see, I had the Sega Saturn. I've had the PlayStation, the original one. I had a Panasonic 3DO. I had PlayStation 3, PlayStation 2, Virtual Boy, Sega Dreamcast, um, PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5, Nintendo Switch, Nintendo GameCube. I did not have a Wii. I had a Socrates. I don't know if you count that as a game system. I think you should. Game Boy Advance, Game Boy DS, and a few more. God, I would love that. I love the Joker and Mark Hamill, especially when he's playing him. But really, this is my dark and evil voice that I use when I'm reading poetry. Joey. Joey, Jack and I have been wondering if you could meet with us considering the current situation. We have been with you for many years, and we feel we have contributed to the success of Bendy in the past. Our interest is purely in keeping this company strong. We want to help however we can. Let's talk. Sammy Lawrence. I spent most of my life people telling me to shut up. So you know what? I wanted to do my poetry. I wanted to do my shit where people they could tell me to shut up, but I'm not gonna. Oh yeah. PS2, the best selling game system of all time, I believe. I think it's still the best selling game system ever. Yeah, my brother took that even. I waited out in a goddamn storm to get the Xbox 360 when it came out, and then he took the PlayStation 2, he took the Xbox 360, he took the friggin' um he took everything. He just left me a GameCube, and this was like in 2007 when GameCube was like, what the fuck? The ink drips. Darkness has spread through this studio. The reaching shadows creep around you. Something hungers for your corrupted flesh. It is close, so very close. If it strains to grab you, choke you from behind, you will feel its breath upon your neck. It is close. Yeah, I would have loved to kick my brother's ass for a number of reasons. But at the time, I was kissing his ass because he was going to the film school that M. Night Shyamalan went to, also the same college as Bill Cosby, Temple University for film and psychology as a minor. Spent over $200,000 on school, and my parents decided to put all of their resources into him because I was having difficulties with my bipolar disorder and my drug addictions. And I thought everyone was beating me down, and I thought, okay, well, I guess yeah, they should just put everything in the Nick because I'm gonna die soon. And so what happened is he never had to do shit at my mom's house. All he had to do was open his school books and she would leave him alone. Whereas I was always in trouble and I was basically the house slave, where she would just like, get me my drink, make me my martini. There's not enough vodka in it. All that kind of crap. Ooh, cool. And so he went to school, he graduated summa cum laude, and then he got married, and everyone was like, oh, he's so amazing. And then he started realizing that he didn't like people. Oh yeah, absolutely. My mom introduced us as the prodigal and the prodigy. He's the prodigy and I'm the prodigal. Now, mind you, the prodigal son in the story was the good guy in the end, but she didn't, you know, she didn't friggin' consider that. And so he graduated and he got all mixed up with a bunch of polyamorous people. And they all started like getting mistresses and stuff. Like he was married, but his wife had boyfriends. He had boyfriends. His wife has girlfriends. He brings the mistress to dinner, for like Thanksgiving dinner and shit. And we always had to just like be like, okay, well, he's just living a different lifestyle, obviously, and sharing STDs, that kind of thing. I don't care what I say about him because he doesn't watch my stuff and he doesn't give a fuck anyway. So, yeah, cut to like while he was going to school, I met all of his friends and they were like, oh, they were so into film and they were they were working on movies and stuff. And I was like, ooh, I want to do this too. And I started writing a film script and it was called The Mojito Madman 2. And it's based on, it was like a sequel to a short film my brother wrote in like 2006 or 7 or something, 6 maybe. And I before he went to college, I starred in one of his short films. It's on my YouTube page, all the way at the bottom. And I was like, I got a taste of it, and I was like, ooh, this is nice. And so I tried to make a movie myself, and it ended up like I got through the pre-production stage, and I interviewed tons of actors and actresses and stuff, and it ended up falling apart. But after that, I was like, he decided he didn't want to be a director anymore. Like he was like, I don't want to direct your movie. I'm like, okay, I'm going to be a screenwriter. And then he was talking about changing his name and stuff, and to Nick Mason instead of Nick Manzoni. And that was when I was writing more my poems and short stories, and I was like really hard into the H and alcohol. And my mother basically put it on me like, oh, you better finish your book and sell it so we can save the house, because she lost our house to the tax man basically, or she had to sell our house for like pennies on the dollar because of that, and it took like years and years to actually sell the house. So it was just a nightmare, and we were living without electricity. My brother was living in Philly where our college trust fund was paying for it, and our his and he just was like, oh well, you just made dug the grave for yourself, that kind of thing. But as of 2014, I started getting stuff published, poems and things like that. And he was really jealous. And he was just like, whatever. They always told me that, like, oh, you're not a writer because your writing hasn't been published yet. You're not an author because the novel isn't on paper yet, isn't it in a book binding. Oh, he's a fucking asshole. My brother is an asshole. And then it was, oh, it doesn't matter what you're publishing because it's only online. No, absolutely no offense at all, because I can't stand him either. You, you, he's I've so had it with that fucker. And yeah, he just really screwed us. He really did. And he decided he wasn't going to be a screenwriter anymore. He was going to be a writer. Okay, we are both writing short stories and at the same time. Nah, that was fake. I did a whoop because I felt like I needed to. God damn it. Okay, so in 2014, my brother decided to move from Philadelphia to Spokane, Washington. Fuck you. Fuck you. Spokane, Washington. He moved here like on a whim. Of course. They always take after the father. But yeah, since I started getting stuff published, he's been a real fucking asshole. And then when I started like building up my social media and stuff, like he didn't want to put himself out there because he always compared himself to like the legendary writers. Like, oh, I could never be as good as William Faulkner. So what's the point? Oh, like that kind of shit. Whereas I was like sending shit out there like boom, 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 boom. And I've been doing that since 2014. I've been really doing it hard. And I actually started doing it in like 2008, but I didn't get anything published until 2014. And I got in a book in 2015 and did my first book signing. It was a book for the local library. It was like an anthology for the library anniversary. And I wrote a poem about how I was homeless and how the library helped me. Because when I came to Spokane, he wouldn't let me stay on his couch. I had to stay on the streets for 3 months or and homeless shelters. My mom doesn't want me telling people that. She's like, "Oh, you weren't really homeless." And like, "Yeah, I was. I fucking was." And I wasn't like, "Oh, I've got a car to sleep in." No, I didn't have shit. My mom had me arrested for heroin possession in 2007 to teach me a lesson and then sent me to rehab and shit and recovery houses for like almost a year. And I came back and got into trouble again. And so they were all like, "Oh, well, see, Alex is a piece of shit." And that's when like I did 6 years of 6 years of a 3 year probation sentence. And once I got off of it, I was like, "All right, I'm off." Because like I was writing poems because I didn't want to write in my journal anymore. Because my mom was always reading my shit. She would go on my computer and read my texts. She would go on my phone. She would go on my journal. So I started writing things in poetry form. Oh yeah, absolutely. He lives in Seattle now, the home for people for assholes like that. Like we came to Spokane and then finally get everything settled, and my mom had was having issues and stuff, and he moved to Seattle to get away from us. And then guess what? He's back in school again. He's back in school for computer programming. So like he hasn't had anything published. Whereas I had a book come out last week. I got another book coming out next month that I'm in. I'm reading at the city hall next month. I've been invited to go on another podcast next month. I'm on the oh shit, what time is it? Oh fuck. My radio, I just missed my radio thing. Oh wait, no, it might still be on. Okay. It was at 9. Fuck. And down they came, splashing in happy wars. The pine grew apples for a whim. Hard horse built a nest. The oxen flew. The flowers sang. The sun rose. Load of many worlds. The lowest life God made. Lifted his huge and heavy limbs, and into heavens, where the highest life God made, before his presence speaks. And she gave me both her hands. It was Certain Evening by Gilbert Keith Chesterton. Gilbert Keith Chesterton. By Alexander Manzoni. Yes. Yes. Searching out the poetry moment. Yes. Ooh. Very nice. Oh, very good, very good. Okay, turn this off before I get hit for some copyright bullshit. This it's so the way they do the poetry moment is that um they have you do two of your own poems and then three of either like or three poems that are like what is it, public domain, or someone you get permission from somebody. So I did the first two on on Tuesday, Monday and Tuesday, and then the rest of them. Today was the first of the other ones. So that was actually the third time they had called me in to do to record, but they record 5 poems at a time. I'm gonna keep fucking doing it, you know? And most of this time is me going out there and doing these events, and they ask me to come back. You know, they contact me, or I make the moves and I write a letter and I send it to them. Like first time that guy contacted me, and then the second time and the third time, I wrote him emails and was like, "Hey, I haven't heard from you in a while. How you doing? Stuff like that." That's part of it. You got to like take it. You got to reach out and take it sometimes. Around here, it's best to stay out of sight. Don't ever go running into some place if you don't know what's in there. If you attack a problem head on, you're going to find yourself in trouble, and that's just foolish. You got to watch, listen, and when the time is right, push forward. Oh, I got to take a picture of this. I'm actually collecting all the classical music that they pair my poems with or my readings with, and then so I'll get that later. Usually, I record myself watching the poem, and then I'll like save the music and stuff. I like classical music. I like all kinds of music. Actually, I like hard rock and classical rock the best, but I really like classical music. I like writing classical music. Thank you. Yeah. I mean, I got to do it. I'm not making any money off this shit, but I will soon. And that's what I keep thinking. I'm just investing in myself. I'm going to keep, buying more, investing more shit into my shit. And get a better microphone, get a better this, get a better that. I had my girlfriend buy me this computer for Christmas, my birthday, because I wanted to do streaming because my Mac Pro couldn't handle it. So I was like, "Yeah, thank you, baby." We got a Friday thing, and that was good. So like I've been investing in myself nonstop. I mean, all the money that I would have been spending on drugs. Basically, the only thing I spend money on anymore is video games, shit for my writing and recording stuff, and these crap for these events. 'Cause these events are expensive. Ah, yes. Yeah, it was like all about. I learned music doing saxophone, and then I quit in like fourth grade because I have really bad cold sores that I get, and that was fucking dumb trying to make me do that. And I blow a saxophone and yelling at me, "Oh well, you just don't want to play." And then I picked up guitar at age 18, and my arthritis got worse, so I gravitated towards keyboards. So I've got a micro chord. Here we go. Where's the number? Come on. Oh, what's crazy is that my mother is still like, she's so delusional. She still like thinks that my brother is the greatest and he's like God. And she she started dying back in November of COPD, and then she got sepsis and COVID, and they gave her 5 years to live, and then it went to 6 months, and they gave her 6 months to live back in November. And basically, she put all of her faith in my brother. She was like, "Oh, my brother's going to take care of everything." Guess what? He isn't fucking answering his phone. Oh yeah, that's where bitches kind of move. Like, young men who think they're the smartest. He needs to be the smartest guy in the room. Like I'm a kind of writer that I know how other writers make people feel. I know that they make people feel stupid constantly, and I hate that feeling. I fucking hate that feeling. And I wanted to try to make the literary arts more accessible to others, whereas he would be more the type of person that would want to keep it in the fams. I missed that jump scare. And he's all about like reciting the author that nobody's ever fucking heard of, and they'll be like, "What do you mean you never heard of him? You must be a fucking idiot then." He's a fucking asshole. And my mom still thinks he's God. He's got power of attorney over my mom, and he won't answer the fucking phone. And he comes over a couple times a year, and then when he shows up, he like goes out and parties with his mistress. He'll spend a few hours at a time over there, but he like does everything he can to avoid her, and she's insane. Oh yeah, he's keeping like a motherfucker, and he's just so nasty. And they get my mom and him get into fights all the time, and we all fight. And but when they're together, they all attack me. So like I've been like trying to avoid them. If he's there, I don't go over there, etc. But he hasn't been there since like before Christmas. And basically my mom has there by herself at her apartment, but she was having me come over there every few days to fucking do all the stuff that normal people should be able to do, like get their mail and take the trash out, all the normal stuff. The thing is, like she burnt me out on doing that stuff because she's had me do this for her for 5 years. So before she got sick, she was having me do all this stuff, do all of her laundry. Um, she hasn't taken out her own trash in probably 6 or 7 years. So it was just crazy, and she just got used to not doing anything, and she just got weaker and weaker, and now she really can't do anything. But I'm like, it's just nuts that she was just like have me on call all the time, and she said would always say, "Oh well, you don't do anything. You don't have a life. You're disabled. You just sit around playing video games all day." Excuse me? So this is why I have to do shit like streaming because I've been so broken down my entire life. Like if I'm not working, then I'm doing something wrong. So I can't relax. I can't fucking relax normally unless I think I'm like working towards something. And that's why I'm like, oh, I'm working towards building my social media. Hells yeah. Writing these poetry for the streets, for the people. I mean, sometimes I write for the radio, sometimes I write for the older folks, sometimes I write for the younger kids. Sometimes I write political poetry that gives a big middle finger to the Republicans and dictators. I'm not a fan of dictators. I'm not. Yeah, I do deserve to relax, and I thought that was going to be my chance to be able to relax when my girlfriend and her dad bought a house together. But ever since then, like every time I get used to something, something is introduced into my life that just throws everything out of kilter, like the puppies. And you think that's not going to be a big deal. And everybody else thinks it's not a big deal. But for me, it's a really big fucking deal because I'm here all day and I just, like I can hear it through the earplugs. I'm starting to get a freaking ear infection from using earplugs too much. I'm just angry all the fucking time. I'm just not happy. Not fucking happy. I have accomplished all this stuff and I'm just mad. I'm not fucking happy. I'm just like, oh, I need to finish my novel. I need to finish my novel, and I'll be happy when I'm done my novel. Bullshit. And I'm not showing her the novel anymore because she just points out everything she thinks is wrong with it. I thought the old ending was better. I thought the old ending was better. Like, really? That's what you got out of that? Ugh. Why does everything have to be so gross? Why does everything have to be so gross? Oh, and when I was writing my Judge, Coach, and Executioner novel, she got hit the roof. Well, that didn't hit the roof, but she really didn't like it when I told her that it had gay SA sour scenes. But you know, it's there's murderers and they're all in the shower and it's prison in hell. What do you think they're gonna do? I just don't like hearing about that. It's like, yeah, no kidding. People don't like to hear about that, except people who like, you know, butt stuff. You know, I'm sure there's people who really like that. My girlfriend really likes that. She thinks gay guys are hot doing gay things. I don't know. Not my thing. um, but it's obviously my brother's thing. He wants to fuck as many people as possible for as long as possible. And that's his dream, but he doesn't want to have children, and that's kind of fucked up. Because my mother, all she wanted was the grandbabies before she died, and she might die next month. She don't have nothing. So I wanted to finish the novel before she died, but that's not going to happen. So, but you know, I got the radio stuff, but she doesn't care about that anymore. After like the first two times, she just didn't fucking care. It's like after the first few times I did poetry shows in Spokane, she didn't care anymore. It was just like, oh well, you know, it's boring, and why aren't you making more money off of this? Like, why didn't you make more money off of your art shows, mom? Or she would spend like $500 and then make $300 and say she made profit and make us sit out in the friggin' on the boardwalk in Atlantic City or whatever for hours and hours and hours, getting sunburned and getting made fun of by people who would say, "Man, my 2 year old could paint that," because that's what you know every conservative old fart says about painters. Yeah, I'm doing it for me. I'm doing it for my family. Well, another thing is like I want to be able to live on my own, you know, with my girlfriend and not have to worry about living with her parents downstairs. I mean, it's a separate quote unquote household, but obviously it's not like you know, I mean, shit. I hear them with the barking dogs all the time and they just kind of like do whatever the fuck they want, but I don't get to do what the fuck I want. If I did what I want, I'd be playing goddamn Judas Priest at goddamn 1 in the morning. But instead, I got my girlfriend. She gets up really, or she goes to bed, and I try to be quiet. So, like when I stream at night, I stream with the silently. I'm very quiet. I'm always on apartment mode where I don't want to disrupt anybody until I get behind a mic. And then when I get behind a mic, I'm fucking like ranting and raving, you know. Or I say whatever the fuck I want, and then I get in trouble. Well, you know, in trouble with these apps. I don't get in trouble with at my shows. People love it when I go crazy at my shows and tell them what you know, tell them like it is. Yeah, I just would like to be not even a famous poet. I just would like to be a writer that could live that doesn't have to be the houseboy. You know, my girlfriend says I've given her enough time. She wants to have a baby and start in July, and so I've got until then. And then she wants to do that, and then guess what? I'm going to be taking care of a baby during the day too, on top of the dogs barking and cleaning and cooking and doing all that because we have a very flipped kind of thing situation where a lot of people men would be like, man, you're a fucking pussy, you need to take charge of your relationship. But it's like, what am I supposed to do? I'm on disability. I don't got much, you know. I don't got anything, and I don't got a leg to stand on. Like, I'm at a point where I'm like popular on social media but not popular enough to make any money off of it. Yeah, I hope that'll be cool. Management has come up with a new way to reward us employees. Instead of paying out bonuses or overtime, they started handing out these little tokens that you could spend in company vending machines. Besides that, these tokens ain't got value of any kind. Obviously, a lot of people don't like that idea. But the best part about the whole thing is that within a week, someone figured out how to make fake tokens that fools the vending machines. We started calling the fake ones slugs now. I can't remember the last time I've seen a real token around here. Them slugs are everywhere. Oh yeah, absolutely. I'm very hopeful that my kid loves video games, and because I've got around over 1,500 closer to 2,000 because I got like 400 some PlayStation 4 games, over 100 PlayStation 5 games, like 400 games on Steam, another like 700 on GOG, like another 200, 150 to 200 on Epic Games, another like 500 or whatever on the Game Pass subscription, and I got a Nintendo Switch that's got like 100 games. So yeah, I would love to do that. Be able to have fun. I mean, my dad used to play games with me before the separation, and then we weren't allowed to see him unless it was on the weekends, and dad would take us to the arcades. Then my mom got like really inordinately angry about video games. Like you talk about games, she gets nuts. She gets so mad. And that includes tabletop games because I used to play Dungeons and Dragons. Now I play Pathfinder First Edition, and I've been playing that a campaign it, for like 6 years, and I have a lot of fun doing that. We do that every Thursday. I've been doing a TikTok live feed of that. Amazingly, that hasn't been I haven't been community stricken for that yet. Interesting. I have a lot of fun doing that, and that's the only freaking quote unquote fun thing that I do. I've got our group. There's James, Stormy the Ranger. There's um, ah, Drek the uh, fuck, Drek the Thief Rogue. What the hell's the other one? Oh, Lesh the Cleric. And Cruciate, that's me, the wizard. And then we got a new guy, Adric, playing as I can't even remember it. He's got a really weird name. And he's playing as I don't know. But we have a good time doing that. Okay, there's the gent box. And I really like making my own worlds and doing all this stuff that, living in realities that I could never hope to live in. And that's part of like video games and the appeal of that, to be able to go in a world that you would never be able to have access to or play as people you've never been able to play to. Like, yeah, I played as a black woman in Gears 5 Hive Busters. Why not? you know? Like I'll be all kinds of different people. I don't need to be my white ass self. It's all about exploring new people and adventures and cultures and all kinds of stuff like that. And video games give you the opportunity to do that. They really do. That's why I love them. I love playing them. I don't like how Twitch streaming has kind of cheapened video gaming because now you got tons of people that have no interest in gaming that are just doing it because, oh, it's popular. Oh, you got people like, basically that are just like cam girls that are just like, oh, I'm not making enough money doing my cam girl thing. Here, I'm gonna go do this, and I'll be a baby cam girl, and that's okay, whatever. But I just think that it's kind of not cool to have like 13-year-olds being attracted to these. I mean, not all of them. Obviously, most of them would probably be tagged 18 plus, but I'm sure not all of them are. Where like the young kids come in and they're like, "Oh, here's my hot girl. I'm 11 years old and I got railers for days." And then they see the girl. Oh, she's Asian. Oh my god. Oh, her hair's dyed pink. Oh my god. And then they got daddy's credit card. Send them out. Ooh yeah, money, money, money. And it's teaching you to grow up and go to the strip club or go to the OnlyFans site. If you want to waste your money on that, fine. But I just think that grew developing minds shouldn't be getting into the habit of it. Like I tip people when I go to the shows, but I've never sent money to somebody on the internet. I've never done it. I like your posts. I'll share your posts, but I'm fucking broke. I don't have money for that shit. Where's the goddamn fucking thing? This one's got a real bad stamina system. Oh, I'm backed in a corner, aren't I? Fuck. Couldn't. It feels like every 2 feet was one of those hidey holes, and then the guy starts chasing me, and then I don't see any hidey holes anymore. I start panicking. Yeah, they're fucking bitches, man. And it rubs me the wrong way. I mean, I work in adult entertainment a little bit. I work at the burlesque shows. There's a lot of really cool girls, and they feel, they bear it all, or bear mostly all, but it's in a classy setting. Exactly. Well, the people who genuinely love games probably aren't streaming. Like all my friends in New Jersey, they're not streaming, or they started a page. They like back at YouTube originally, like started getting big, and they were like, okay, they did a couple times, and then that was it. It's because they're just too busy playing games to be bothered with all this crap. Where you're managing stream info and posting bullshit and all this. It took me a half an hour to get started today. They don't want to do that. They want to just turn it right on, you know? But they're not fucking on Twitch. But they spend their whole lives on games. I got a friend that just platinums and platinums and platinums. But he ain't fucking following me on this. He ain't on here. And I think it's getting muddied because there's so much of it's getting mixed up. Like, because there's so many games that are like basically just slot machines now, and people are getting it twisted. Whereas I'm like, I like them all. Yeah, finally. I've never platinum a game. Never. Never. I've never had the fucking time. That's because I always get by, I always have to like ration my time. Like, oh, I only have a couple hours to do this. I have to fucking play games at like an hour to 2 hours at a pop. Or even like 15 minutes at a pop because I'm getting phone calls all the time and notifications and dealing with my mom's shit. Like I'm supposed to call Social Security about my mom, and I had to talk to hospice and all this other crap that she doesn't want to do, but I have to fucking do because my brother won't do it, and he's a cunt. And they're just like, well, you deserve it because you were a bad person years ago. Yeah, pre 2014, Alex was a quote unquote bad person. Oh, come on. Usually in these types of games, the guy kind of like walks away right away when you get in the damn thing. Oh, maybe I'm supposed to listen to his rent card required. I got the damn box. What the? Find a way to get the Gwent pipe. Find something to break the lock with. Find the fuse. So much dumb shit. Yeah. But they never let me live my own life. Never. I'm always got to live her life. Her life was always more important than mine. And when I came home from rehab, I was like, well, you know what? When I was 13, 12, 13, I was just starting to get my bipolar is starting to kick in. And my mom had surgery, and she made me wait on her hand and foot even more than usual for friggin' months and months and months while she was in bed. Yeah. And you know what? I went to the hospital and I waited on her hand and foot for, let's count it. She had cancer 5 years ago. Get the mastectomy. I had to spend like a week at her house for that, and then days and days of going to the hospital, visiting her, picking her up, had my girlfriend take her back. And then she got sepsis the first time. Another 4 or 5 days of that, of coming back and forth to the hospital, and then sepsis again. That was like a month of coming to the hospital and then going, picking up her key, going back, taking care of her business. And then she got the COVID, and then that was even more time spent. And then she spent what the fuck? This game kind of sucks so far. No, I'm not. Thank you. And you know, my therapist tell me that. But you know what? My mother was always like cherry picking doctors and therapists and stuff. Like when I was 12, 13. I was 13, I first went into the mental hospital. Tried to suicide. I can't freaking, I don't know if I'm not supposed to say that word anymore, but it's a no word on the internet. No words. And then, like, instead of her taking it easier on me, she's like, all right, well, let's turn up the heat on you. And she really turned up the heat. She really did. And, like, just making it so that I was interested since I was in trouble, because for a long time, she was like trying to say that I was faking it, even though my grandmother had bipolar disorder and my father has it. And my grandmother was in a mental hospital and had shock treatments. But oh, I was faking it. I guess she kept I guess she felt if she kept telling me I was faking it, I'd believe it. But for years I didn't apply to disability because they said, "Oh, I wouldn't apply I wouldn't get it because I wasn't sick. I wasn't sick enough." I'm like, bullshit. When I came out here, they're like, "Oh, did you come into the hospital inpatient 3 times in the last 2 years?" Okay. That was pretty much it. And I had to fill out a million forms and go to a million interviews. But yeah, I didn't get it till I came out here. I had to live on doing really, really crappy jobs. Like my cousin hired me for a construction job, and then I was like, okay, construction, not too bad. And then he made me work cleaning porta potties. And I thought I always said I would never ever do this shit, and here I am doing this shit. God damn it. And I was just so degraded, and I felt like, oh, I could never achieve anything, and I was convicted of felons, so of course I thought I could never achieve anything, and I had to figure out what can I do now? What can I do since I have my options are just destroyed? I can't work for any corporation type places. I can work in like janitorial, construction, dangerous shit, dangerous and disgusting shit. And I didn't want to do that. So I started writing more. And that was one thing that they couldn't take away from me in the hospitals, in the jails, in the rehabs. They always let you have a pencil or a pen, like they let you write. They took away everything else. And I wanted to be a sound engineer. In 2007, I took a sound engineering course with Pro Tools and stuff, and then I went to rehab, and they took away everything from me, so I couldn't do that. And then I realized, boy, I'm not going to be able to do this. But all the skills that I learned from sound engineering, I've been transferring it over to my poetry and my live performances and stuff like that. And like my recording, it helped a lot that I were able to learn a lot of these programs because a lot of them are pretty similar. Like I knew Pro Tools and Reasons. When I got to Spokane, I got Logic Pro, and I use my keyboard with that, and so I have it all set up. Um, it sounds really cool, and I write my music. I had my music was on the radio a few back in 2020. I just have an issue like with my music is that I can't play my own music because my anxiety's so bad, and I'm more of a composer. Um, but it kind of stopped me where I didn't want to go further with that because I was like, oh, they're gonna want me to like perform it live, and I tried doing it once and I totally screwed up. So, but I'm just gonna keep doing my writing and then kind of incorporating my stuff into other things, like I have my theme song for for my live stream. I wrote that. I produced that. I didn't pay someone to do that. I got all these people coming hard at me in my DMs. Those graphic artists, like, whoa, there's some hustling motherfuckers, aren't they? And as much as I want to, as much as I want to help artists and stuff, they're coming at, like, I don't know, just something about it seems a little bit much. Like they're just assaulting me with DMs and things, and I don't know. Ah, I'm backed in a corner. Fucking games like this. I'm gonna keep living my own life and try to create. Hopefully, somewhere down the line, I want to publish my novel this year, and then publish a book of poetry, and then hopefully, go from there. And then, hello, Slick X4. How are you doing today? I'm hiding in a closet because this game is busting my balls. Oh, we made it to 200 followers. I want to thank whoever followed me recently. You know, as of the week before last, I only had 15 followers, which is interesting because I had like 15 followers for the past 2 or 3 years. Oh no, I'm so dead. This is not a good game for people who are easily stressed out. Oh, yes, I finally figured it out. Yeah, I'm still trying to figure out what this game is about. Okay, so far we've got um you start out, you're a human, you get like there's this old dude and he covers you with all this ink stuff and you get sucked into this cartoon world of like this animated studio, and there's like these ink demons that you got to hide from, but all you can do is like hide in a closet, and it really looks cool, but so far the gameplay has not been that great. It's like very walking simulator ish. Like it uses the left bumper as a running option, and then your stamina runs out really, really quick. I wish there was like an indicator to see if like they were about to see you, because there's not. You kind of like got to just. Oh, very much like Amnesia and Alien, yeah. And then there's like basically no instruction as to what to do, as to like, okay, I need to get the Ghent pipe. What the f- is that? Find someone to break the lock with. Get to the upper levels. Yeah, it's pretty cool. I wouldn't call those games. I never played Alien. I have it. I never got around to playing it because those games like stress me the hell out. I can only play them a couple at a time. Amnesia was cool. I'm kind of like more of the thought that these games aren't that fun, but they're very atmospheric, and I like atmosphere. Like I like the story. I like weird characters. Oh, come on. My whole life is at night, so I don't need it to be any darker than it is. Plus, I've got Graves' disease. If I try to use my computer in the dark, my eyes start like watering up and like getting all runny and roomy. Like goo starts coming out of my face. Oh, this guy, he doesn't have audio. Hey, thanks for coming. Yeah, it used to be my big thing, man. I used to wait for my mom to go to sleep, and then I would get up and then get on the computer and try to do it as quietly as possible. Back in the 90s, um, you had them really loud modems and stuff like that. So it was really tough. But now I've got the Graves' disease, and I have to have everything very nicely lit, and ugh, it just sucks. And I have to smoke a lot of cannabis to be able to freaking, I don't know, it does something with my eyes. that it helps it a little bit. Um, it jives him out a little bit. But basically, my eyes get so. Oh, come on. His back was turned. Like, there should be like something that shows up over his head, like, oh, or a cone or anything. They just like chill in front of where you hide. Um, like, I don't know how I'm supposed to do this stuff where there's like guys up your ass, and then he's like gonna chill just like right there in the corner. I know he's at the vending machine right next to me. Fuck you. Like, I don't have time for this shit. This is why I don't play these games very often because they make you do shit like this, and I don't have fucking time for this. I only have a few fucking hours to play my goddamn game, get my levels up, and get my shit on. Bendy and the Dork Revival. Bendy the Dork Revivals.
My path. Mine. No one can take it away from me.
And like you think there would have been like a way to sneak up on a guy. Like I like games where you can sneak up and break a guy's neck, slate his throat. Oh, come on. And then if you do this too many times, the when you go to open the door the closet to hide, a monster comes out of it. So the one place you can hide and do anything is not helpful. Look at that. And then like you're kind of like sticking over the top of all the fucking tables. Like what is this? Is this so streamers can like sit in the friggin' and talk to people? I really wish Twitch had an option for like variety streamer. Like, okay, here's a bunch of games. Like, here's a variety pack. Because that's another thing that kept me from streaming was that oh, you gotta pick a game. Whereas I'm kind of very I'm not ADD, but I have a lot of symptoms of it. So from my bipolar disorder, my mania, I'm very manic right now. Hey, can you help? Um, so I'll like start a game up, and then some shit like this will happen. I'll be like, next, jump right into another one, you know. And so I have like so many like games with only like 10% completed. But then I'll find something I'm really into, and then I'll like play the balls off of it. Like I probably, I got up to level almost level 40 in. Oh my God, you did God of War Ragnarok on hardest difficulty. See, I always am in like a race with my girlfriend to beat the game because we get the game at the same time and we can only play it with each other as you know we play or whatever or we kind of like I play through it and then like give her advice on some of the harder spots, but then she always ends up getting ahead of me after a while and ends up beating the game before me. So I'm like, why am I helping you? Oh, because I love you. But like God of War Ragnarok, I started the game and I put it on hard just because I started it on the medium mode and I thought it wasn't that hard. I wasn't challenging. And then so I was like, oh, you know, playing it on hard, not hardest, but you know, because I was used to playing Dark Souls type of shit. But then it was like turns out the game was way longer than I thought it was going to be. Like I thought it was going to be 30 hours and I was like, "Oh, 30 hours, the game's almost done." And then it turns out I was only like halfway through and that's when I gave up. But she beat the game on normal difficulty and then got it to like I don't know 97% or something. And, I don't know. I just she's better than games than me. Or maybe it's the fact that she's got a lot more time to put. She doesn't have more time, but like she's not sick as me with the arthritis, so she's able to put in more hours. Like she can sit and then play for like 6 hours at a time, or she'll get started around 8 or 9. I'll go take a nap, wake up maybe around midnight, but sometimes she'll be up till 2 or 3. Fuck you. Can't close the door on him. Nice. Okay. The trick is to like kind of hold the feather um the thing. Feather the thing. Because he can't get through that. Or you feather the run button so he can run without running out of all the shit. It's just so fucking stupid. They're like, find the pipe, and then there's just pipes everywhere, pipes and pipes, and they don't give you any like, you know, they don't like tell you. Like a lot of games will be like, oh, here's a waypoint or something. All I do is game, smoke ganja, and stay on Twitch besides work. I smoke a lot of ganja too, and I will be smoking some when I'm done here. Well, I was smoking some at 4 o'clock this morning. The fuck, man! I just get really, my mouth gets very dry and probably not the best for playing, streaming for long periods of time. But yeah, I wish I could friggin' just stay on the ganja and Twitch. But then again, you're working and you're probably working a very fucked up job, huh? Unless it's a good job, then you're probably pretty good. As far as I know, you have like people have two options in life now. You have fucking shitty jobs where you can live your life and you can speak out. You can go on your Twitch, you can do on your Twitter. You can fucking, have a life and then speak and then have freedom. But then there's these other jobs. Anything from a corporation, you can't do anything anymore without worrying about them shutting you down, losing your job, losing your benefits because you posted something on TikTok or Twitch or Twitter or Instagram. Like while I was working for my shitty jobs, I wasn't posting anything much. I post a couple of pictures, but I was always afraid. I had my coworkers going on my page, and they would go and tell my manager, "Hey, I saw Alex posting this dumb shit. Look how stupid Alex is. He's so stupid. He's so dumb. His hair, it looks like a Jew. Fuck you. He looks like he thinks he's like a Rasta. Are you black, Alex? Do you think you're black? Do you think you're one of those reggae guys? Because my hair is like it used to be puffy, like shoulder length and kind of like out a little bit more. So I started like just growing my hair and growing it like a motherfucker. Because you know what? Everyone's busting my fucking balls about my hair my entire life. And then I was in Catholic school where they had to have short hair. So once I made that decision that look, I'm just going to be a performer guy. I'm just going to um do my thing, And okay, this game sucks. This game really pisses me off. I mean, I'm looking for a pipe, okay? A pipe in a land full of pipes. I know I tried this door before and it didn't fucking work. Kiss my ass. Thank you. Thank you very much. Ghent parts. Bacon soup. Phew. Okay. Good. Okay. I was like 2 seconds away from turning this freaking thing off. So it's a good thing I found that door. All right, Slick X4. I hope you have a great day and stream. I hope to see you later, and I will hope to see your stream sometime soon. And if you don't, hey, whatever, man. I hope you see you back in the chat sometime. Peace, my brother. All right. Still looking for that pipe. Oh, what's this? Every fucking game now. Like, I mean, even first person shooters, I think there's like a, I mean, it's just too much. Every game I play has you're rating fucking paragraphs of shit now. And that's okay for a role playing game. It's okay for some, and it's probably okay for this. It's pretty okay for this because you're getting the atmosphere. But it's in every fucking game, and especially first person shooters where I'm like, let's fucking go. Let's go, man. But no, instead have to stop every 2 minutes to read something, and hoping that it's something that is good. And it's not like this is Fallout or like, oh god, another one that was really bad was Borderlands 3. Oh my god, all the shit they've tried to make you read. It's like, dude, this is fucking Borderlands. I don't want to fucking read a goddamn novel. And I'm a fucking writer. We're playing with fire, no question about it. First, Gent comes in here and puts thick, heavy pipes over everyone's head. Must weigh a ton. Then Joey opens up the place for tours to the general public. Are we really thinking this through? For Pete's sake, Sammy's music department is constantly flooded. And while I was giving a tour last week, we almost lost a whole dang wall where the valve blew out. Stupid tour group applauded, thinking it was part of the show. I know Joey is looking to drum up some cash lately, but this is asking for disaster to strike. One good accident, and there's going to be a landslide of trouble. Hudson Doyle. But yeah, this is reminding me the way this like writing and it's kind of like old timey kind of shit. It's kind of got like a little bit. It's like Amnesia meets Bioshock almost. It's a game that I really wish I played when it came out. Instead, now I'm like, oh, I got to play something else. I got to play a little bit, and I'm like, ooh, that's cool. I didn't like it, or didn't do it like I did Half Life, because when I was a kid, I couldn't play it because it was Windows. My mom said, no, there's no way we're ever going to fucking have a Windows computer. We are Mac people. Because we are Apple hipsters, of course. Oh my God, finally a weapon. Oh my fuck. Yes. Give me something. Give me danger, little stranger. And I'm feeling oh, can't say that. Can't sing to myself. Don't want to get a copyright strike. Don't want to get the copyright strike. Yeah, kiss my asshole, you fucking piece of dog shit. And then it's like, okay, I have this page and it's like for mature audiences, but I can also get in trouble for being too mature. I don't understand. I don't get it. That's like YouTube. They want your stuff to be like I see so much disturbing ass shit on YouTube, and they're like, "Oh, it's okay as long as they don't say SA or USI." The Sue is on the side of evil. They like do whatever they can to not say those words or bleep them out. And there's just like this list of no words is just getting bigger and bigger. And then they're like, want to make it, oh, for, um, oh, come on. Now there's so many of them. Oh, good. Now we're cooking with gas. Seriously. I remember when I first started posting on YouTube, like 2006, my old account, Zenix Milano. You could post a video where you were at a party and they were playing music, copyrighted music, and it wasn't an issue. You could say mostly anything and it wasn't an issue. Now everything is an issue. Like I got a new notice from TikTok about their new community guidelines, and I'm like, oh my god, they're making them even worse because TikTok can suck a cock. Except I got so many followers that won't follow me from another account. So that's why I'm following Twitch users and I'm following their TikTok accounts. You know, and some of them are following me back, thank God, because TikTok like put a shadow ban on me, and it's kind of like keeping other accounts from saying me because they don't like what I'm talking about. They don't like what I'm about. That I'm about non-censorship. I'm about not being censored. I am a writer. I am a poet, and I will continue to write, and I will continue to say what is on my mind as long as it doesn't offend anybody. Well, you know, it's like offending people and hate speech are two different things. But now they're making hate speech a different definition. Like, you talk about Vladimir Putin and you said he's an asshole. Oh, hate speech. Oh, you called a fucking redneck a something that's the title of a Kid Rock album. Oh, hate speech. Oh, some fucking troll came on my page one time and I told him, I don't know, I tell like he was being a real piece of shit and I came back at him and then I got my video taken down for abusive behavior. Like he's the one who came at me. Talking shit on my mother and my father. That's it. He went on my page where I was like, everyone share my father or share my father's TikTok and he was like, your father's a piece of a fucking idiot. And I'm like, fuck you. What about how about if I went over to your house and told your father he's a fucking asshole or he's a fucking idiot? And they're like, oh, you're an abusive. Yeah, well, whatever. I just thought that Twitch would give me would be a little bit more lenient towards my raging. I'm not raging, just a rage. I'm full of rage, you know. Use your powers to send monsters back to the dark puddles while crouched. Interact with an enemy from behind to banish them. Banish signals to restore a person of your health. Oh, thank God, I can get some health back. Okay. Okay. Cool. Mm. You don't have to kill me. Um, but I did. I want to say hi to anyone who's lurking in here. I know there's a couple. Hope you're having a good day. I hope you're having a better day than I am. Oh, this is really gonna work. You're hiding in a damn box, and not even a box with a top. I'm sick right now. This is I shouldn't be even be fucking playing, but I wanted to because I'm trying to build up this damn page, and I need to start doing it. I said I was gonna be on at 8 o'clock, and I went on at 8 o'clock. Well, I went on at 8, but I had problems, and then I get 8. I was on at like 8:23 Pacific time. Okay, one get card. Okay, give it to me, baby. Feel like this app is like one of the last bastions of like young younger-ish white dudes that are like, part of my demographic. Their ages like 25 to 40. What the fuck? He just disappeared, really? Okay. Because my TikTok, it's like I follow a lot of poetry people and poetry pages, and they're kind of like they give first come first serve to basically everybody who isn't me. They even do it. And I will not send in poetry submissions or writing submissions to these organizations that are doing that are like, oh, they're like charging everybody who isn't white and straight and men, like white straight men all have to pay out their ass to submit a poem or a story that they are not getting paid for. But oh, the BIPOCs get everything. Now, that's not me saying that people of underrepresented communities shouldn't occasionally be helped out a little bit. But I think it's going a little bit out of hand when it's like they're dividing us in two. They're like, there's two types of people: there's BIPOCs and there's cisgender white men, or the cisgenders. Like, I hate that word. And I hope one day that word is a slur. You know, they made everything else a slur. Karen's going to be a slur one day. I know it. But it's like, they talk about injustice and fighting injustice and not making anybody feel uncomfortable by talking to them the way they want to be talked to. Say, oh, here's the way I want you to talk to me. And here's the way you're going to do it. It's going to be on my terms. And you're supposed to be like, okay, that's cool. My people destroyed your people and, harassed you and this and that for a long time. So therefore, you're, uh, you're allowed to set the terms and do whatever you fucking want. And I'm just going to be lucky, to just lick your boots. And that's kind of the shit that I've been dealing with out here, where it's like I go to these events and I would be just hit with this wall of just anger and hate. Like I go up on stage and like, oh, everybody's all cheering and nice and hooting and hollering for fucking everybody else. And then I go up there, the only white guy that isn't doing a poem about how bad it is and sad and sorry I am to be a white guy. And they're like getting up during my shit and just on their phones and just really fucking rude. It really pisses me the fuck off. I'm just very thankful that I found an organization and a bunch of places that I can do my poetry and my art and stuff and not have to worry about that as much. Like I go to those events every once in a while, the Nito Burrito in Spokane, through the slam poetry people, they don't like my type of person, which is funny because they preach tolerance for everybody, but they don't like my type of person. And then they'll say, "Oh, Alex, you're okay. You're one of the good ones." And I'm like, "Fuck you. You're one of the good ones." You know what? That's what white people used to say to minorities. "Oh, you're one of the good ones." Fucking bullshit, man. I preach not tolerance. I preach love. Love for all the cultures and all the people of the world. I think every culture, aside from the cannibals, have something to teach us and to show us. Oh, I've got a phone call. Shit. Hey, baby, you're live. How you doing? Oh, oh, I miss you, Sophia. Uh, I'm playing Bendy in the Dark Revival. Bendy, yeah, it's kind of like Five Nights at Freddy's, except like kind of how I imagined it. Before I found out Five Nights at Freddy's was just like you staring at cameras and switching between them, where you're sucked into like a cartoon world, and there's like all these like ink demons and possessed cartoon characters that look a lot like mascots and mannequins from like Chuck E. Cheese and shit. Yeah, it's pretty creepy. And it's kind of like got a BioShock kind of vibe to it. Like old-timey kind of. Yeah, but it doesn't have like so far I haven't gotten any cool spells or anything. It's more like one of those typical horror games where you can attack, you can come up behind someone and stealth kill them. You walk kind of slow, you run kind of slow, you hide in closets. But I'm at the beginning of the game. Maybe there's more stuff to it. I was stuck in this spot for a while, and I'm like, I was just talking to this guy for a while in in the chat. Yeah, I'm sneaking up behind an ink demon. I finally got a weapon. Like the first half an hour, I didn't have a weapon. I was like kind of game is this? You don't have a weapon, and there's this many enemies. Okay. Yeah. So you having a good day, baby? Oh, good. Yes, yes, Wednesday. Yeah, yeah. I'll talk to you later, baby. I love you so much. You're the best. Bye bye. Okay, now I'm back. Sorry about that. I told you she calls me every day at 10. It's like on the dot. Uh, you know, I love her so much. My sweet, sweet baby Sophia. It's always good to have someone you love. She's definitely helped me change my life. Fuck yeah. Ugh. Spooky ooky.
Here's where the magic is made. I'm Joey Drew, and our story begins quite literally in one of our many writers' rooms, just like this one. That's right. All your favorite Bendy cartoons are born right here. We circle up our chairs, crack open a cold drink, and toss around dozens of story points.
Well, isn't that nice?
People may say that seeing is believing, but I think the fine folks down in the audio department might disagree. Once a cartoon's animation
Ugh.
is finished, it's ready for all the sound to be added, from music and voices to outrageous sound effects. They do it all.
Why can't I break that window?
People say Joey Drew
Oh,
Studios
shut the fuck up. Now I need to go freaking go back to that machine, I think. Nope. Search Animation Alley. Oh my god, that thing just keeps talking. It just won't end. I don't have a problem with shit as long as it's not uh keeping me back, holding me back, you know. I just don't like it when I have to drop everything I'm doing in a game for some dumb shit. Deposit batteries. I mean, I got the door open last time by
Now it's time to move into Animation Alley and see the Joey Drew Studios family at work. Take small children by the hand as we head in. Here's where the magic is
oh,
made.
Jesus Christ. Oh, here we go. Yes, I found it. I found the goddamn vent. I didn't even know I could break fence. Watch it just be like a secret area. Oh, there we go. Another Gent cool kit. Gent. We're in the final days here, I can tell. People are packing things into boxes. Tools are going missing. You could smell the panic in the air around the studio. But us Ghent boys are watching from the shadows. We lock the doors and keep our research going. Mr. Gray already gave us a little wink. All is well. When one ship sinks, another one leaves the dock. I just need to keep my ink machine safe in the chaos. It's the key to many discoveries. Thomas Cummer. Thomas Connor. All right. Pull this one. I'm gonna get to the next area and I'm gonna stop this thing. I guess the next auto save. Uh, my throat's getting all fucked up. I mean, I've been sick the past couple days. I'm proud of myself that I was able to do it this long. Oh, get the stupid fucking thing. There we go. That's what I wanted. All right, I got everything I needed. Okay. And once I'm getting the hang of this, it's getting better. Oh shit. Who's that? Who the fuck is that? Is that Bendy? Hello, Bendy. Are you a good guy?
Bendy? You're real? Oh, this is amazing. It's okay. I won't
Ugh.
hurt you. I promise. It's okay. See? I'm your friend. I won't hurt you. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't know that would
I don't
happen.
know what happened. It just started vibrating in my
I'm
freaking
so sorry.
lap. I almost dropped it.
What's happening to you?
So far, I haven't been that scared. I mean, I almost dropped my controller, though. I guess that's a little bit. I'm just so hardened because I have nightmares every night, and I have sleep paralysis where it feels like I'm being strangled against the wall or against my bed by demons, shadow people, and what have you. It's a lot of fun. My life is very fun. I wish I could stay up longer, but I just am so tired all the time from all my psych meds. I'm awake for a few hours in the day, and then I'm all fucked up. All right.
Who's out there? Is that you, Phil? I told you I'm not opening the door until you bring me my pictures. I drew them. I want them back.
Oh, please, dear God, give me a autosave. Nope. Nope. No autosave. There we go. Oh, thank you. I need a friggin' smoke. I need a cough drop. That was pretty intense. I want to thank everybody for joining me. Boy, my hair looks like interesting. So this was Bendy in the Dark revival on PC Windows. Obviously, it took me a little bit getting into, but it turned out to be a pretty cool game. I will check back with you sometime soon. I got my Twitch page is Manzoni underscore streams, and I got my Twitter page at Gaming Manzoni, and my other pages. You see them down there. And I got my new schedule, so I should be on here Friday morning at 8 a.m. Pacific time, and then I might do another random stream sometime before then. Tomorrow, I've got a 9 a.m. psychiatrist appointment that goes on for like a fucking hour on a video chat, so I'll be chatting up them. So I want to thank everybody, and I hope you all have a wonderful day. Thank you. Peace. Ha ha.